Hello. I'm here again, getting dried cornflake dander out of my beard on my black shirt. And I've been reading because I really want to understand. I'm a straight male. I've always known that. I don't know that I was born that way. Of course, I think biologically it makes sense, but I think that my experiences in life, in my household, it was normalized that men love women, men marry women. It's what I was raised in. I was probably late teens when I even saw, maybe early teens, I saw gay people on TV for the first time, like kissing. Didn't really know any. I knew like a couple growing up, but like they were closeted. You could tell though, they were females that acted really like masculine. You could tell they were more masculine, and that's not even like, okay, what's that mean? I know we're doing this gender thing, and this is what I'm confused about. This is what I'm reading about, right? I'm trying to figure it out because I care enough to try and understand, but I'm confused. And anyway, so this gender thing, I knew a couple girls who were real, you'd call them tomboys back when I was a kid. And nothing against them. I thought they were cool. They're my friends, right? All these girls are cool. They like doing stuff I do. But now I realize, the activities we do don't determine our sex, certainly. And I think they're trying to say that our preferences that have been normalized in a society determine our gender. I don't really know. I can't tell. But what's your gender identity? Like, all I gotta do is look down. I can see my sex as male. So if I see that I have a sex of male, I can still identify as a female and then expect to be called that. And apparently, like, if somebody messes up, I walk in with this beard and I'm just like, oh, I wanted to be called she. I'm offended if they call me he when I enter. Like, look at me. It just makes sense. I'm a dude. But I don't know. So I see these people. I guess my issue is how the spirit of offense is so thick with some people. And is it like a cry for attention? Because I know, like, when I wanted attention, still do it probably subconsciously, manipulating people. You try to do extreme things. Like, I used to do extreme metal and stuff because I wanted attention. I wanted to offend people, so they'd be, oh, look at him. He's so evil. He's so rotten. Whatever you want them to think. But okay, I'm reading through this. It's like alphabet soup, LGBTQ+. And I was like, wait a minute. They got gay and queer on the same list. When I was a kid, they were both equal insults to say to one another. Now it's not even considered. I'm not saying it's an insult. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, make anybody uncomfortable, because I don't dislike anybody for their preferences. I'm just trying to understand them. Like, you could come at me with the same thing. Why'd you grow such a stupid beard? Why do you drink? Like, I have a history of alcoholism. Why did you drink bottle after bottle after bottle of vodka? Why'd you do that? I mean, we all do things that maybe we ought not to. We also do things that maybe aren't a big deal one way or the other. But the reason I'm talking about all this gender and sexuality and stuff is that I believe in God. And I do believe that there was a plan, and I believe he intended males and females to procreate and populate the earth. And I believe that was blessed in marriage. So I don't believe a male and a male, or a female and a female, technically could be married, because the definition just doesn't fit. But I do think they could be conjoined as a very important relationship to one another. To where it's like, okay, if I die, you get my stuff, or like, oh, you can come visit me in the hospital. They should certainly have those kind of privileges. Basically the same privileges as married couples. I think I should be able to meet any friend on the street and say, hey, I want the same privileges that I would have with a wife with him or her, because I trust them. I think that's fair. But, because technically the bastardized version of what we call marriage in this country anyway, and how people don't respect it anyway, it's not marriage anyway. The way people treat each other is not marriage. People getting married and then just like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying, I'm divorced, right? My first marriage wasn't a marriage, though. It just wasn't. I didn't go into it believing in God, so it couldn't have possibly been a marriage. It was a piece of paper and a commitment to somebody, but I didn't do it before God. I did the last one before God. So the last thing I want to do is divorce her. But if somebody, like say your partner comes at you and says, I want a divorce, you can ask them to stay, but if they don't want to, you can't pin them down either. So I think it would be lawful to get a divorce in that circumstance, but it wouldn't be lawful in God's eyes for me to initiate it, even if the person cheats on you. But anyway, back to this LGBTQ plus is crazy too. But like, okay, I think we're seeing this huge uprising. I don't even need to say this stuff. You guys have to know. Like, when you see something normalized in your culture, but it's kind of like counterculture for the older people, kids are going to jump into it. So, like, I don't know. If you want to see more trans people, put trans people on MTV. I mean, it's that simple. And it'll just start making... People say, oh, I've always felt this way. I don't know, man. I've always felt depressed. I've always felt it. Does it mean it's my truth? But I don't want to embrace that as an identity. And yes, I'm saying that being transgendered is just as unfunctional to a healthy life as depression is. Absolutely, just as dysfunctional to a healthy life. Doesn't mean you're a worse person. I mean, I'm a sinner, like I said. But being depressed is sin. Can I help it? Sometimes it feels like I can't. Doesn't mean it's right. It means I have to go above and beyond to ask God to help me and to help myself as much as I can. And when I fall short, He's going to be there to help. I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm not fully delivered from depression. It's partially on me, it's partially on Him. And I'll say that. It's partially on God to deliver me from that. Because there are some things I can't get rid of myself. I just have to let go of them and pray He takes them. He'll take anything from you that's in His will. It might not be in His will. I don't know. But that's where I'm at.